So we're going to have a go at putting the cigarette lighter plug up here on the Honda Transalp. So we've got here battery terminals, pretty basic. Going to run it down this side here straight to the battery, and hopefully that is all good. But first, take off the seat. Okay, so we've already got the Oxford heated grips hooked up here. We're just going to put this on top of those. I just refilled this the other day. It's gone down a little. Alright, so tank is this bolt here, and these two screws we need to undo, and this fairing bolt here and the one on the other side, and the tank should come straight out. There is some cables under there to be unplugged as well.
Someone to take the place of me, make him every kind of fool you wanted me to be. Ooh, midnight flyer, engineer, won't you let your whistle blow?
No. There they are. Okay, so we'll test out the little double USB that I'm going to use for my phone charger, etc. Yeah, it's working. The blue light comes on. Unfortunately, that I'm not going to be able to leave that in there because that stupid light comes on, but I'll try and get one that doesn't have that so I can leave it in. The other thing I'm wanting to run off of this is this bike pump, which I'll take with me if I want to deflate my tyres and hit some sand or soft dirt. Yep, it's working. Now remember to put this on because I forgot last time I had the tank off to put this back on. Okay, so we've got the 12 volt plugs in, tank's back on, seat's back on. Let's give it a test. Might go for a ride up into the... a quick ride up in the hills. Pretty chilly day today. I'll put the Oxford heated grips on, 40%, we'll give them a gun. It's a beautiful morning this morning, and I gotta go to work in about an hour. Dog's got a jacket on. Pug. Coach Road. That's a big motherfucker of a hill to ride up on a cycle. I did a ride called the Ride for Pain, for people with nerve pain, when I was riding, working for Return to Work SA. And yeah, that was just constantly riding up hills for, I think, 4 hours. Pain is probably not the best word for it, more like exhausting torture. Now I've been doing a little bit of, now that I've got a heavier bike, I've been doing a bit of testing on how to do counter steering. It's something I saw on YouTube the other day. There's a pretty horrific shot of a clip of a guy who was on the highway and started veering into the oncoming path of a truck and went to turn away from the truck, but counter steering made him go further and further to the truck, which he ended up hitting. And it's quite a good example of what not to do. And yeah, that really stuck in my mind. So now I've got a heavier bike, been practicing counter steering, because it's not something I've probably done without knowing, but now I'm sort of more knowingly doing it. Oh, my mirror's all out of whack. Knowingly doing it, that I can notice how much of a difference counter steering makes, especially on a heavier bike, well, on any bike I guess. But so I'll show you. I'll turn to the left here and see how the bike just really kicked to the right. Obviously good if you want to, so I'll do it here. So I'm steering to the right, and it really responds, the bike responds just straight away. So I'm kind of learning how to use that most effectively, and it's good up in the hills here. It's quite windy, so it's a good place to test it out. Oxford heated grips are starting to warm up now and do their job. Yeah, the counter steering can make a heavy bike perform like a really light bike. Just maneuverability is incredibly enhanced by counter steering. I think this bike's a bit over 200 kilograms when filled up, and yeah, it feels a lot lighter. It feels like as light as my 145 kilogram VTR 250 I had. But here we go. Pulling with the left, and I push a little bit with the right, so you get sort of a twisting thing. So if I pull on the left, push with the right, see how I turn to the right? Left, but go right. Right, but go left. It gives you a hell of a lot more confidence. I tell you what, you can really stick to the inside when there's a truck coming past. You can take an outside line and still hug tightly. It's I think it's a really good time that I'm learning to do this with my plans to do a bit of a bit more highway work. I've got a few trips planned coming up, but my next one, I'm getting everything organised, like my tent and what I'm going to sleep on, what am I going to eat. I've just bought a cooker. I got a tank bag on the way, and that's an Oxford X20, and that one you can turn into a backpack as well. I don't know if I've made the right choice, because I probably need, if I'm going to do some hiking, like I want to climb some hills and stuff like that, I probably should have got something a bit better, but we'll see. Not better than, I mean, I'm sure it's a fantastic bag, but I think the backpack will be just more just for very short distance. 10 o'clock, okay, I've got half an hour. Lucky thing about living in Adelaide here in South Australia, we've got the Adelaide Hills right next to the city. Basically, I've just moved into a new place, and we're pretty much a couple of streets away from where the base of these hills are, and these hills sprawl right through a long way. They spread right across, and then you've got the wine region past that. Some of this area is like, when you get further in, it's like driving through the south of France or something. It's really lovely. Great for cycling. A lot of cyclists up in this area. Norton Summit. For $120, these Oxford grips were one of the best things I've ever bought, and they're really easy to install. Fantastic. Okay, good. Going left here, we'll head back down. Sharp left. Must come up and have a coffee at that cafe there one day. I do have a meet-up group that I started, Campbelltown Motorcycle Riders, and due to work and me not having a bike for about 6 weeks, I haven't done anything, but I've noticed there's a few new members, and I'm really letting these guys down. I need to arrange another ride. I had a 90-year-old gentleman come on the last ride up to Birdwood, and he was riding a CBR 125, I think it was, and he'd been riding all his life but had got out of it for a while. And so once again, counter steering here, pushing on the left, just tucking me in, pushing with the right, pushing with the right, right. Slippery up here, new tyre, take it easy. And my tyres will just be starting to get half warm now. And here, his first bike was a World War II BSA. It's
I don't think we'll take him again up to Birdwood though, or anywhere like that, because he sat on about 40-60 kilometres an hour the whole way. Really did hold up the group and the traffic. But yeah, if we do some city or beach runs, definitely that fella can come along again. Got morning ride on the bike. My charger came out. Hell. Oh well. I'll try and pull over up here. There we go. Pull over. Cyclists are going to come past me any minute now. Oh, there we go. Okay, back charging, that's good. Maybe tuck that back down there, that's probably why. Okay, let's take off before this. Where is she? Where is she? Here she comes. Okay. This is actually my first video that I've made with the GoPro on my helmet that I mounted on the front of my new helmet. I've actually cable tied it on. I was looking at all these fancy mounts and they were, you know, 40-50 bucks, and then you have to stick them on your helmet. So I thought, nah, bugger it, I'll just give it a go myself. Grab some I've used 4 cable ties. Probably cost me 5 cents to get this GoPro mount on it. It's just secure, stable, and does not leave any marks on your helmet. The only thing is it does stop me from closing my visor. Probably like a 2mm gap is just where the cable ties is going, running through the seal area, but that's doesn't seem to make any difference. There we go. Awesome view at night from up here. You can just see the lights sprawling out down below. Time is at 10:06, so I better get home. Countersteering, loving it. I'm liking the upright position on this bike, it's good. I personally like turning to the left more than the right. Weird. seems to happen more naturally. Okay, it's probably going to start raining. Good front brakes on the Transalp, but the rear brakes aren't, I mean, they're functional. They work just as an aid really to the front. I don't think they're very powerful at all. They slow you down slowly. The front are quite good. I mean, even the front's not amazing, but does what it needs to do for this bike. It's fine. Use them both together and they're pretty good. You come to a comfortable stop pretty quick. Alright, get home, get to work. And hopefully this video worked. I did a ride the other day, did a similar sort of thing, and got back and went to testing the I must have not pressed record. I'm still learning how to do this, work my GoPro app with the GoPro, but I don't know if I turn the screen off or go in and muck around with, put on some music for my headset. I don't know if that's going to turn off my video and stop me filming. I think that's maybe what happened, but I need to test that. I just didn't want it. I wanted to leave it running now, so I didn't risk it, because I just wanted to see what the footage is like with the screen where it is. You know, whether the screen's right in the way, or being a wide screen, I'm hoping that a wide view, I'm hoping the GoPro still gives a reasonable shot and the screen doesn't block everything. I was going to get the Senna 10C. I was thinking about it, but I'm going to see how I go with the GoPro. Ideally, I guess having both would be good, but I'm just going to see how I go with all this filming and riding, and you know, it's one of those things. Why buy all these bits and pieces when you're just getting into it? Why not just start with the basics and learn how to do it if it's something you like, then go from there. I have a habit of jumping in and buying things sometimes without really giving them enough thought, and then I wish I didn't buy it, and we all do these things. Spur of the moment. Anywho, pretty happy with that. Oh, it's come out again. Oh, God. Okay, so that does not want to stay in there. Oh, that's better. We had the choke on a little bit the whole time. My high beams are sticking too. I couldn't get them off the other night. I was high beaming everyone. There we go. Alright, so why does that... I think I need a short USB, or I need to do something here. No, something like that. Oh, I just think it's not a very good connection. Not a good cable. Anyhow, it works. It'll do the job. So I've got my phone mount. That's new. It's quite good. It was only it was quite cheap. It's not like a RAM mount brand, but it's bloody good. That was on there. That was $9. Oxford grips. I mounted them the other day. They're fantastic, nice and warm. That's only on 40%. I think unless it was really cold, I wouldn't go any higher than 40, 50. I had it on 100 and literally was burning my hands. I couldn't keep my hands on the handlebars. And it also melted the glue twice that I had on here by having it on too high a temperature. So unless it's ice cold, I don't think 100% is really needed, but it's there. Turn it off, 2 seconds on down, off. Now I can't leave that in because it will drain the battery. Cool. Oh, well, thanks for coming for a ride with me. Have a good day, whatever you're doing.